Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Friday afternoon for those of you in New York and the rest of North America. It is 7:30 in the evening here in London. The sun is starting to go down, starting to get dark, and we're coming into the final hour and a half of the day for the week. It's option expiry Friday. Welcome all to the show and see how things want to kind of shut the week up here. Not doing too bad, I guess we can say. We have green all over the place. It's been a fairly up day all along. The question isn't whether interest rates are going to be cut in September. The question really is how much. Are we going to see a half a point cut? Are we going to see a quarter of a point cut followed by another quarter in October? Or a half followed by a quarter in October or November or December? I don't know. See what gives. Anyway, Rocket Lab is doing great, up 51 cents today to 737. It's been recovering beautifully this week. SoFi up 22 cents at 768. Thank you very much. And GameStop is ahead 42 cents to 2082. We're approaching $21 a share again on GameStop after touching about 19.30, even 18 something a share early this week. So GameStop has slowly been recovering in price. It's 5.7 million traded, not much. SoFi's traded 32 million, which is below average, but it looks like it'll be about an average day. Matterport unchanged. What else? Spire is over $9, 9.14. This is the highest level for Spire in over a month. Since the fall off, this is the best level. It's coming on. Other than that, Apple is up 15 cents. Nothing much going on there. Tesla down 92. Microsoft up 3.30 a share. We've got Google up 267. Amazon down 16 cents. Nvidia down 70 cents or so. Meta Platforms down 95. Other changes. Movement AI is up to $23, which is a nice recovery from that 18, 19 range about a week and a bit ago. The Adobe shares are off $51 today, 8.75% at $535 a share. The low of the day, 526, which was just after the opening, and is slowly coming back into this 535 range. Those of you who like to play Adobe, be careful with that. What else is going on? We're up 960 on Netflix. IBM, look at that, 215 a share, up 361. I remember a month ago we were talking about it trying to break 200, right through it. Vanik Semiconductors now up 2.5 to 236, and we've got Home Depot up 579, Enphase up 276. Palantir $35, 46 cents, 50 cents off the high of the year. Up 50 cents on the day, and Uber up 371 today to 71.81, about $11 behind, about 10, 11 bucks behind the high of the year, slowly coming back up there as time goes by. Welcome all to the program. Great to have you here. Thanks for joining us from wherever you are. Hope you're having a good, profitable week this week. If you're an option writer, you probably have had a profitable week this week, like you did last week. Option writers have seemed to have had a pretty good time of it lately with the way this market has been going. Well done, everyone on the option writing front. Hello to Joe V and Robert, Computer Whiz, John Gill. Welcome, Adam. How you doing? Take the lessons, folks, says John Gill. There you go. Adam, thank you. DJT just halted. That's the Trump stock. Double D, Rocket Lab is rocking today. Pullback Monday, money in the bank. Mark C, lucky number 13. Eddie's here. Richard, Vladdy, Beach Boy. How you doing, pal? No lamp guy is on. Joe, Uncle Bruce is here. Luke, afternoon, everybody. Brian, Uncle Bruce, where is Rocket Lab going? Only higher, as far as I'm concerned. Beach Boy, Robert, check your settings. Sound is good. Ricardo, any news on ME? Nothing official, nothing that I can point at. Last I saw something about the CEO who had tried to take the company over at 40 cents a share and board of directors rejected the offer, has now indicated she would be willing to work with another group if another group wanted to come forward. But I have no news. I no idea. Brian, I rolled my $7 October 18 covered calls. I got 40 cents for it to January 7th for $1.45 and January 8th for $1.10. Look at that. Taking extra cash. General gains, second halt for DJT due to Trump saying, I'm not selling. Interesting on that. Bobby Joe data breach lawsuit settled for $30 million. Wow. DA Judah, Ricardo, ME settled their data leak for $30 million apparently. So they made that go away. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to make of all that nonsense over there. Big E is here going, neat. Welcome to the program. The Dow's up 270 or so. It's been up pretty well all day today. S&P and NASDAQ have been higher as well. Let me see if I can get an update here. The Dow up 270, S&P up 23, and NASDAQ up 90. The NASDAQ's up a half a point. S&P 0.43 and the Dow up 2/3 of a point today. Oil was positive this morning, early afternoon, got over 70 for a moment. Couldn't hold it, back to 68.62. We're down 35 cents on West Texas oil. There are more and more reports coming out that oil is not in short supply. Oil is available anywhere and more available than needed right now. So that's the story over there, as it just does not have any momentum to break through the $70 a barrel level at this time. SoFi today, interestingly, has hit a high a couple of times of 773 today. We're at 770 right now on 32.5 million or so shares. SoFi 3 cents away from the high today. Don't think 773 is a significant number for the stock not to go beyond. I think SoFi will do much better than this as we approach the end of this month. This is, remember, September the 13th, and we are 17 days away from the end of this month, which is the end of the quarter. And for SoFi, 17 days away from 1 year of profitability. I wouldn't be surprised, as a matter of fact, if we were ever able to get into the deep bookkeeping of SoFi. I have a suspicion that a year ago, they announced their first quarter of profitability, that they were profitable in the first month of last year's third quarter, and that they are now really 14 months profitable right now. But officially, with the cutoff at each 3-month point, you have to report in quarterly segments. So that company is making money, has been for over a year, and will now continue to make dollars as it just keeps growing its client base, product base, and cash flow and deposits. And so that machine gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Anyway, there it is. Brian, Trump will definitely sell now. Alex is in the house. Good evening, all. Number 35 here. Beach Boy. I bought back 21 of today's GameStop $23 covered calls at a penny. Wrote October 18 21s for between 193 and 199. Gamblers are just so darn nice to me. Way to go, Beach Boy. Just taking the cash. As many of you have, I know a number of you out there have been writing call contracts on GameStop from $21 to $30 strike price out to this month, into October, into November, December. You've all seen time shrinkage. You're all seeing price movement shrinkage. And a number of you have been able to, in the last little while, to start buying back a bunch of these calls to reload into other strikes. I know that some of you have bought back 28s and have written 25s, or you've bought back 26s and you've written 23s, or whatever you've been doing. It's been very profitable. Those of you out there who've been doing put credit spreads on GameStop, if you've heeded my warnings and thoughts about trying to stay 20 or lower on these contracts, you are scoring a win again and again and again on GameStop. Of course, those of you who are working the NVIDIA options, a number of you here are. I don't hear from you very much these days because it's going well. No one reaches out to me when they're making money. They reach out to me going, I got a little problem with this trade right now, Bruce. What do you think I should do? But I know that from hearing from you and some of you updating me on your trades, you have on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, time and time again now on NVIDIA, been able to score some wonderful returns on your put credit spreads on NVIDIA. Some of you are doing the same on AI these days, on Tesla and other stocks. Way to go. It's the same trade each and every time. You let the market indicate to you what it wants to do, and you let it do it. Don't fight the market. Go with the market and take the money. Just grab it. Hector, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you here. Cash secured put writers for SoFi, for Rocket Lab. You're enjoying these up moves. Obviously, Rocket Lab right now is trading at 738 at this moment, with a 743 high of the day already, almost 10 million volume. And if you take a look at like a 1 month chart on Rocket Lab, you can see here on this on my handheld phone, we're at higher levels now than we were about a month ago. And the 3 month chart, we have exceeded the highs, as you can see there. Don't worry about the reflection. So look back in June, July, in the 5 range, and here we are now, 7, almost 7.5. This is a lovely 6 month chart for Rocket Lab, of course, and we're in the midst of this going higher. The stock is going to go higher if it can break through the 8.5 level and stay up there. They are in a position. They will be in a position to call their call contract. Remember, these guys raised, if I am not mistaken, about $350 million doing a capped call transaction. And that means that over 8 something a share, they make enough money to roll their entire $350 million debt from a debt obligation to common shares that are outstanding, not to be issued from Treasury, free trading stock that's out there exercising their call option. So this stock is getting some nice moves. That's why today we're up 50 cents today. This is a significant move. And, a couple more dollars into this 9 neighborhood, this thing's a done deal. And that adds value to the company without doubt, it adds book value to the shareholders without question. Still selling SoFi cash secured puts for Jan 26, says JL Mark. Alex, I bought some Rocket Lab at $398 a few months ago. I should have bought more of that stuff. There you go. Well, when you have a winner, you never have enough. That's the old adage. When you have a loser, every share is too many. So, that's how it goes. We are, I'm happy to see how this is working for so many of you out there who've been very patient with Rocket Lab. You've been patient with SoFi. You've been extremely loyal to these stocks, and they're hopefully, I'm hoping that they will be extremely loyal to you going forward, because your patience should be rewarded. There you go. Thank you very much. Market, we say. Matterport, 444 a share. In the next 60 days, I'm hoping by the time mid-October, mid-November rolls around, the Matterport merger will be completed with CoStar at $5.50 a share, of which half will be cash and half will be CoStar stock. We're now at $4.44 on the Matterport stock. Back 6 months ago, the shares were, looking at this chart, you can see the shares were down here in the 2s. All of a sudden, the announcement came out and the stock took a shot. And we've been improving here lately to these levels. Won't surprise me if they break through 5 within the month. They'll break through 5 and they'll approach 525 as we get close to the merger date. That's my guess. Here's a 2-year chart on Matterport. Look at that. Prior to the takeover, it was down, 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 and then here it is. CoStar saw what we've known all along is that there is value in this company. There's real value here, real upside, and CoStar came up and said, "I'll tell you what, we'll give you $550, half cash, half paper. Join our company. We're a much larger outfit. We're deep pocketed compared to what you have. You're now fully funded for all your needs." So Matterport, here we go. See how it plays out. Smart Rent, interestingly, I've been waiting for Smart Rent to get going here because there are activist investors upset with the Smart Rent stock performance. The announcement that a group came in to kind of shake things up happened probably back in May, June of this year. But in the last month, we are finally beginning to see a little bit of improvement on Smart Rent stock from this 155.60 neighborhood here back a month ago, now up to where we are now, 180. This is still a nothing burger as far as the big picture goes. These guys want a heck of a lot more than that. I mean, a year ago, we were at 347 in July of 23. Last July, we were at 394. And obviously, this was once a SPAC. So we were talking about a $10 to $14 stock way back when. And these guys, I think, are not going to relent until they get a lot closer to $10 a share. The CEO is out there looking for a new one. There are changes coming here behind the scenes that we don't see. And slowly, it looks like the stock is slowly coming back to the $2 neighborhood. And let's go from there. I don't know. We'll see what the timing for this is and everything else. 23andMe is at 34.2 cents a share instead of the 30-cent range last week. Nothing to get excited about here, so I don't talk about it much until there's a move. We'll see how that plays out. There's talk about Tesla getting ready for a run. There's what's the word I'm looking for? There seems to be a lot of touting of Tesla going on. Don't know what to make of it. It's at $229.49 a share, and there's talk that it might have a breakout higher because of their dominance in the EV business. But who knows? We'll wait and see for that. Time will tell. Anyway, there you go. Couple of stocks we're watching as always, and we'll see kind of where things happen from here. Thank you all for popping in here. H. Gregory, thumbs up number 46, Bruce. Thank you, H. Gregory. Appreciate you. And thank you all for dropping in here on a Friday afternoon as we are getting closer towards the end of the week. It's option expiry day today. Next week, Friday, will be the third Friday of the month, and so it should be rather active next week. I have not heard anything more yet regarding this talk that started to come out earlier this week. It was about the talk that's starting to come out, and speculation is something to do with the possibility we might have 0 days to expiry option trading on Tesla and NVIDIA. At the moment, we have weekly contracts going through where they expire every Friday, of course, and a number of you are taking advantage and have been taking advantage of this to write credit spreads, put credit spreads, call credit spreads that expire every Friday going forward, or 2 Fridays, 3 Fridays from now. The leaning now is that it might start where we may begin to get the ability to have options expiring Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we may have a 3-day-a-week expiry cycle starting on these 2 particular stocks, which are obviously two of the most popular equity option stocks out there. For you guys who are here making a living writing options, you will not have to get involved in that market at all. I would suggest not to, because what you're really trying to do here, I think, if you're playing it the way we've been, talking about it here, is as an option writer, you're looking to bring income in on a steady basis into your account. And I know some of you are itching to trade more often because you love the action of the market. I get that, but the majority of you have taken the idea that if you're going to write options, you're going to do it on a more conservative basis, because for a number of you here, you've had a tough time with the markets or a less than stellar return history on your 401ks or RRSPs in Canada, your Roths, and so on. And you've been looking for a way to beef up your returns of your retirement funds, because you are noticing, and it's quite apparent to you, that you might have piled up 100,000 or 200,000 bucks or more in your retirement plans, but the returns you're getting are 4 and 5%, 3%. And based on some very basic mathematics, if you take $150,000 and add 3% to it for the next 5 or 8 or 10 years, even compounding it, yeah, the number will grow. That amount will grow in size, but it is not going to be near enough to meet retirement requirements for you, because in 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years from now, when you do need to draw funds out of these accounts, they're going to be subject to inflationary pressures, just like, right now. I mean, we're losing to inflation as it is, even though inflation is lower today than it was, say, a month ago or a year ago. The reality, though, is you're going to have millions in your retirement accounts. You can't have 350,000 in your retirement account at age 65 and expect to be able to now take out 40, 50,000 a year to live on. You're going to drain your account. And this is the big problem that is happening to so many people in retirement already. It's not that people have thought they were going to take money out or wanted to, but medical needs or other needs have come up, and there's just no way around it. So the key here is to grow your account now and compound your returns now to the 10% a quarter if you can, or 5% a month, or 8% a month. And I'm still talking conservative option writing. I'm not talking about really aggressive option writing. So if you're bringing in a 3% yield, a 3.5% yield on a dividend, and you can now add another 6.5% per month, per year on option income, you're bringing in 10% a year in your accounts instead of 3 or 4. You go forward 5 or 10 years on a $150,000 account with a 10% compounded yield for 10 years. Take a look at what that number looks like. Google it. You can do it there are probably Google charts available. You can play this game. If you can grow your account by 4 or 5% per month, which is also rather reasonable on option writing strategies here, a 4 or 5% per monthly compound return on a retirement account, you are moving into an upper level quickly. And it might be for a bunch of you here that you've already figured this out yourselves, that, I'm 45 now. At age 55, I could retire. I don't have to work for 20 more years. I don't have to go for 10. Because the kind of gain that my investments will have inside my retirement account and outside my retirement account allows me to quit my day job, first of all. And second of all, I can still grow my retirement account before I even touch it. And by the time I am at the age where I will start to withdraw funds from that account, it will be in the several $1 million size, because of the enhanced returns that I've got this thing going on. Again, classes are available for you, as you all know. And for those of you who have friends and relatives and associates who look at you with envy and awe and wonder, hey, how is it you're making this money in this market? Everyone in the office, no one in the office is doing as well as you are. What is it you're doing that we're not doing? Or is it really because of those that option stuff you were talking about 6 months ago or a year ago, is that really what's doing it for you? Because at the beginning of your option writing campaign, you were trying to tell your friends at the office or your relatives at the July picnic for July 4th. You were desperately trying to tell your family 2 years ago that this might be a way to really enhance some returns. And they thought, let's just see for a year or two how it goes. And now it is the second year and the third year for some of you in the option writing area. And you're still doing it. And these relatives now, or coworkers and friends, have approached you. Some maybe very quietly, very, very privately have approached you and said, hey, listen, it looks like you really got something going here. Like, is there something more to this that I'm missing? You were talking about just following this guy on YouTube, this ancient aged guy who doesn't have much hair but has a lot of experience. Is that all you're still doing? Are you just following this guy and you've taken his lessons and you're sending him emails from time to time or having a one-on-one with him? Are you just still doing it that way? And you're going, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And why would I change a winning formula? What am I nuts? I'm not giving up a winning formula. And now people are taking you seriously because they're beginning to see serious results. Funny how that works, isn't it? It just is. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Brian, I am very suspicious of this green day today, but I'm going to take it. Vladdy, I'm number 21 today on the thumbs up, Bruce. Thank you guys for popping in and saying hi to me today. Thumbs up meter climbing. So far, we're shooting 59, not bad. And I appreciate you all being here as we are inching along towards the close of the day. Got about an hour or so to go, and watching to see how these markets and stocks want to do. The Dow holding a 273 gain at the moment. Not far from its all-time high. Same thing with S&P. We're near its all-time high. NASDAQ, we're a little behind it, but not much. We've got a 44-cent gain on Rocket Lab, 23-cent gain on SoFi, 769, 770 a share. GameStop holding a 31-cent gain for the most part here on 6 million volume. So far, so good. Spire Global up 58 cents today at $9.14 a share. Still a ways from its high, but way better than that $6 level we were at 2 months ago. Definitely an improvement there. Giddy up, kids. Losers on the big board, not many. Apple down 29 cents, Tesla down 44, Amazon is off 16 cents, Nvidia down 36 cents, Meta down 114. So not bad losses if there are any reds going through as options are expiring out today. Giddy up, everyone. Welcome to the party, and thank you for joining me. And hopefully you are enjoying profits that are rolling in as these options are petering out, especially those that are dying today or those that are dying next week. After tonight, next week's contracts are next in line to be wiped out and will be eliminated. Cindy B, I'm glad to be here. Welcome. And DB, hello, everybody. Nice to have you all here this afternoon from wherever you are. Here in London, England, it has been a glorious day. Jen and I, we went to Harrods today. We thought, let's go to Harrods today. We went to a museum yesterday, and let's just walk around and look at some really expensive stuff. And look at some of the customers that are walking around Harrods to buy expensive stuff. I love people watching. And we were in the one area, their household accessories and appliance department. And they have a wonderful selection of cappuccino making machines of the very highest order. And we saw anywhere from 700-pound to 4,000-pound coffee makers for your house, for your home. For those of you who have a flat in London and you have a lovely little getaway in the Mediterranean, and you have a place maybe in Hong Kong and another one, New York, you need 4 of them. And so, you know, you might as well make arrangements to have them acquired and shipped to your appropriate address. You know, because you're not going to move your coffee maker from house to house. You're gonna deck out each of your villas, and if you're making you know, 10 million a month writing options, 120 million a year writing options, I mean, after a while, you're gonna have more than one house. I mean, it's just, you know how we are. We accumulate things and can't help ourselves, and so Harrods is there to help you out. No problem. Zach, I had to dig deep today for a big role. I've been stuck with GameStop October 18, poor man covered calls 15 since the crazy time in May. Now, I paid 428 to go from 15 to 23. That's an $8 move for October 25. This is backed by a $10 call. Very interesting. Well, you've moved. I'm assuming you've moved from $15 strike to $23 strike at a cost of 428. I'm hoping to close this credit spread in a couple of weeks and make this move 3 more times the rest of the call. I hope I'm getting that right, Zach, and congratulations, and let's hope it works out. 2068 is where we are now on GameStop at the moment. SoFi 770 a share, AI 2297, Rocket Lab 732 up 46 at the moment, with a 250 gain on the Dow. Yes, $8 move for $4 and some change. So worth your while. Definitely worth your while. Giddy up, yeah. So the best thing about rollovers is when a rollover is done, the key to be able to say to yourself, have I done the right thing, is that the contract you are now into has the potential to shrink because of time value. That is the secret sauce here. You don't just need a stock move to win in the end. What you need is shrinkage, and that shrinkage will come to you because you were able to write a credit spread or a cash secured put or a covered call. You're able to put poor man covered calls out there that are either out of the money and or also carry a very high time premium, and that's what it's about. That's the time factor, where the expression is time is money. This is where time is money in your pocket. You give up some time for money and fold your arms and allow the shrinkage to occur. Nothing wrong with that. DH Huda, Zach, I had to do that in July. I went from 13s to 25s by going from August to January. Cost me $5 to move up $12. Nice job. Sometimes you have to invest in your option trade to get the time and the strike move, and then you are sitting on a better in a better situation with a much better view of the future. Right on, kids. Well done, each and every one. Learning how rollovers work is the key. Quite looking forward to the end of the month coming. I'm noticing lately also quite a number of articles coming out on SoFi. You may have started noticing headlines here and there, very positive headlines, like, one of the best stocks in fintech, or the stock's about to make its move, or the street's beginning to understand how profitable this company can become. All these kinds of stories are coming out. We'll take it. Thank you very much. Let's see. Shrinkage. I thought I was in the pool, Zach, but now you had the stocks free to make that money back. I'm sure you made back way more than $5 since then. There you go. The key here is always be writing. Always be writing. Always be adjusting. And never forget to take cash from gamblers, from worthless contracts, if at all possible, for time premium. This is where you want to shift the risk over to them and say, guys, you might make money off of me on these calls that I'm selling you, or these puts that I'm selling you, but you have to give me a premium for me to take this gamble with you. And that, of course, gives you protection. It gives you a shock absorber against even losing money. And because the time factor is your secret weapon, as each day and week goes by, you are going to score a win from these gamblers. They will inevitably lose because they didn't get the movement quick enough in the time zone that they were playing with you. They did get a move, but it didn't defeat the time depreciation. Um, or the stock went the wrong way. It went, the stock went down instead of up, and so call buyers got crushed. And for many of you, you've had a scenario where in days, hours and days and short weeks, you've had returns come to you much faster than you thought they were because you were only thinking of shrinkage. You're just going, well, I just wrote a contract here for $4. It's an out of the money contract. It's got $4 time premium. It's got 2 months to live or whatever. And all of a sudden, within a week or two, the shares take a dip, the market takes a dip, whatever, and these contracts are at 225 in no time, and you're just going, oh wow, I didn't think I'd be down here for like a month, and I'm here in like 3 days. Yep, this can happen. Of course, those of you out there who are writing credit spreads, those put credit spreads, those call credit spreads, with very few weeks to go, less than 5 or 4 weeks left in time to begin with, you don't need much of a move in the market, whether it's in the calls or the puts, up or down. You don't need much of a move to notice that the bottom end contract that you're long is becoming worthless very quickly. And it immediately is affecting, of course, the closer in contract that you've written. It is also losing. And so you're sitting back going, my God, I'm already ahead 30% on my spread. It's only been 3 days or 2 days. Within a week, you're noticing 60, 70% gains already. You're getting to the point where you are beginning to ask yourself, when do I pull the pin on this trade and just recalibrate a new spread for that larger credit that I got on this first one? Nice position to be in every week or two across your portfolio. These are opportunities that the gamblers out there just don't have. Put buyers and call buyers are up against all kinds of pressures and all kinds of long odds to win because they all think I'm going to make a gain on my investment because my calls are going to go up in price, and I'm going to score a lovely return by buying a call for $1.50 and selling it for $5 or 6 or 10 or whatever they're dreaming of. And in order for them to just double their money, the stock, the underlying security, has to move so far in such a hurry to offset the shrinkage thing that they really don't have a lot of time to cash in. And one of the biggest mistakes that long call buyers definitely make is they don't take a profit when given one. They are so greedy that they're paying $2.50 for a call, thinking it'll go to $12.50 or $15. That when it runs to 6 or 7, they don't take it. They expect the greatness and wonderfulness and profit to keep coming. And it just doesn't, because stocks don't just keep going up and don't just keep going down. They fluctuate, as we know. And a week later, the stock might be in the same neighborhood it was a week ago, but the contract, which was 6, is now 4.5 to 5. Now the time thing is eating them alive. And now they're just hoping the stock can go up a little bit more to get back to the $6, $7 level and sell then. And they still don't do it. And of course, any kind of a dip, for whatever reason the market takes a dip, which may have nothing to do with the stock that they're actually gambling on, wipes them out. And you as writers, you're there to pick up the pieces, very small pieces, to say, I'll buy back these calls that I sold you. I sold them to you for $5. I'll buy them back off you for 44 cents. I'm a nice guy. I'm really a nice guy. Well done, each and every one else. All right. Beach Boy, hey, Uncle Bruce, have you heard of Alberto's Pole Mobile going around in Vegas? I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about. Have I been on an ocean liner for 19 days and I've missed out on some of these juicy stories? I've no idea what's going on. By the way, tomorrow, Saturday, is meet and greet day here in London. For any of you out there, if you're in town or you're you're able to get here, come and visit Jen and I tomorrow, right here, right at the end of the Westminster Bridge. We're literally looking out of the front of our hotel. Anyway, out of the front of the hotel, we're looking out over Big Ben, and we're at the Park Plaza Westminster Bridge Hotel. And from 1 o'clock until 4 o'clock tomorrow, we're having a meet and greet. And you're welcome to come on by and join us on the lobby level, which is you come in the front door is a big set of escalators heading up. Come on up to the lobby level, and you'll see the lounge just off to the right. And we'll visit. I'm looking forward to those of you who are coming. I still find it amazing to think that just in 3-4 years, having started this channel in 2020 and having it kick in 2021 with this whole option thing, that here I am having a meet and greet with viewers in London, England. I mean, come on, from our living room in Creston, British Columbia. Starting the channel in the living room of my house in Creston, British Columbia, town of 5,000 people, to organizing a meet and greet in September of 2024 in London, England. It's a mind blower. Jen and I are quite grateful for all of that. And of course, those of you in New York, do not forget I think it's the 26th of October. We're getting together at Carmine's in New York, right off of Times Square, for our meet and greet. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. We'll be talking about that one a little more. Anyway, there you go. Waverly says, I thought it was Pile Mobile, Beach Boy, with his eyes open, apparently. Beach Boy and DQ, the paparazzi. Splair, seems that I missed the start of the show here. I've missed the start of everything, Splair. I don't know what's going on. Zach, bless you, Uncle B. Thank you, folks. No idea. You probably noticed my voice has come back a long way from a week ago. Jen and I are pretty well over this cold thing we got. Still running a little bit of a runny nose, but the good news, it's all flowing out, so we're happy about that. And we're through the worst of it, and we're sleeping very well, and our appetites have been fine the whole time. No fever. We have our energy, so we're doing okay. Jen is walking so much more now in distance and endurance. We both, she notices it, of course, personally, but I notice it from all the little things that she can do now with these 2 new hips and her strengthening that is taking shape. And because, of course, we're on holidays, we don't have a car, so we have to get around a little bit. And so we're doing a lot more walking together than we would normally do in Calgary, for example. And it's working. So we're very pleased about that. Splair, I would love to join you all in London, but instead 100 Fubo and 100 Tilray join me, my cause. Okay, no problem. Beach Boy, Splair, worthy cause, London shall wait. Not too worried. Splair, we'll see you in Hamburg. That is going to be just fine. Thank you again, everyone, for your support of this channel. The thumbs ups keep trickling through. We appreciate those, even on a Friday afternoon. We have 71 thumbs ups from 110 watchers. That is pretty damn good. A very high ratio of thumbs ups to watchers. And I thank you all for helping us. Absolutely. It is appreciated. The Dow holding a 271 gain, not Not interested in falling off a cliff here. Looking very solid. We got Rocket Lab at 732, up 45 cents. AI up 13 pennies at 23 bucks. GameStop holding 2066 at the moment, and SoFi at 766, up 20 cents. We've been green pretty well all day for most issues out there. Not many in the red. Even when they're in the red, it's barely in the red. NVIDIA 118.86, down 28 cents. Not a problem. Matterport 444, Smart Rent 180. We got Apple down 32 cents, Tesla down 29 cents, and then Google's up 292, Microsoft up 366, Netflix up 10 bucks today. Meta, the old Facebook, only down 74 cents. Amazon down 4 cents. We're really talking a pretty calm day here. Supermicro Computer 458, up 15.88. Uber's up 387. The Adobe shares are off $49.81, but they were down another 10 from here. They were down almost 60 bucks today, now down just under 50. But it's still a bit of a haircut today on Adobe. AMD is up $1.48. Unity up 118 today. Enphase holding a 236 gain. Aspire up 58 cents to $9.14. First time over 9 in a while. Moderna down 212. Cisco is up 18 cents. Pfizer's up a couple of cents. IBM up 327. HPQ up 8. Home Depot up $6. Vanek up 250. Goldman Sachs is at 479, up $5. Boeing down 560. The strike has been called on Boeing. Target up 284. JP Morgan down a couple bucks. Costco is at $917, up 218. The 52-week high for Costco, 923, so it's hanging right in there. Walmart is up 78 cents to 80.44. Disney is up $1.30 to 90 bucks. American Airlines still under pressure, 10.66, down 23 cents. AMC at 491, not going anywhere. DraftKings at 38 bucks, down 58 cents. Royal Caribbean up 222 a share at $167 a share on Royal Caribbean. Yeah, the cruise that we were on with Cunard, that is a Carnival-owned cruise line, Carnival Cruise Lines. And Cunard is, by being on the ship and observing what was going on, close to a sellout as far as all the cabins are concerned. They have, their bar service is going. I didn't take any real hard look whether people were buying drinks as far as a drink package goes, were they prepaid so much a day, or whether they were buying drinks a la carte. I know that Jen and I were definitely doing it a la carte because there was no way we would ever consume enough alcohol to justify a drink package. No way. Anyway, that was an interesting cruise. Some of the services were incredibly high priced and were used sparingly by passengers. Mind you, when you're on a big cruise ship filled with seniors, which we were, and I'm a senior, I know, I'm 68 going on 69, but we were on board with 80 and 90-year-olds as well. These folks are not dropping money left, right, and center on frivolous stuff. They're quite conservative with their money, even though they might have a lot of it, they're still conservative with their money. Anyway, it was interesting, a very interesting cruise, no question. Splair, I would love to meet finally some other viewers. Next year will be the travel year for me. Hector, Uncle Bruce, Unity software is climbing. What strikes would be the range to write? What are you thinking about? Are you talking about covered calls? Are you talking about cash secured puts? Are you thinking about credit spreads? Give me a hint, Hector. Kind of leaving me hanging here. Splair, anyone knows how quickly Rocket Lab went from 710 to 730? It took maybe only 30 minutes after a phase of dipping here. Beach Boy, check out the Discord for paparazzi of Alberto pile dancing touring Vegas. This is on Discord. Beach Boy, open bar goons, Savage Wall Street. Sold 10 Rivian $15 covered calls. They expired January for almost $2,000 here. Thank you. May I have another? My daughter's birthday is next weekend, so just made a bit of change to buy her a present and her party. Thank you, gamblers, for well done. They're bringing in $2,000, writing $15 covered calls expiring in January. Not a bad deal for the fact that it's September. September, the middle of September. These die October, November, December. 4 months from now, it's $500 a month. Not a bad little return. Splair will look for sure into this. Savage Unity 2250 expiring January are sexy at $225. If you want a suggestion on writing calls on Unity, there you go. It's a nice return, nice 10% return on your money for 4 months of your time. You can do this 3 times a year, 30%, and you can compound this kind of return. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Unity at the moment is sitting at 2005. So you write these 2250 contracts, they're 245 out of the money. I mean, realistically, you could buy the stock right now at $20 a share, write 2250 calls, haul in 225 right now in cash, bringing your cost down to 1775, and you're offering your stock at 2250 for 4 months. You get taken out at 2250 with a 1775 cost average. Hello. That's called making really good money in 120 days of your time. Not bad. Yeah. Buy 1,000 shares, write 10 calls. Thank you. Buy 10 deep in the money calls on Unity. For what? Buy 10s? Can you get your hands on 10s that expire in 2026 and then write on those? Can you buy 30, 40, 50 deep in the money calls and write 30, 40, 50 calls at 225 a shot? 2,250 for 10, $9,000 for 40. Not a bad little chunk of cash coming your way from gamblers. Out of the money calls, 4 months to go, and you're selling at 24.75 if you get taken out. This is an okay trade. Yeah, there you go. Thoughts? Not a bad. Doesn't sound like a bad trade to me. Of course, that's why Nvidia is so popular. People are buying Nvidia right now at $118.95 and immediately writing $7, $8, $10, $12 calls, depending how long you go, how far out you go. Nice return on your capital. If you can get deep in the money calls on Nvidia, even higher return on your capital. Those of you who want to quit your day job, I mean, any of you watching me right now and you're still working, it's a Friday afternoon and you're dying for that clock to let you out of that office. If you're in a position to be able to get your hands on 50 deep in the money calls on Nvidia, and you can write 50 calls at a time on Nvidia for $12 a shot, that is, there's some money in there. There's 1,200 times 50. That's $60,000 for 4 months of your time. $15,000 a month of income, just buying enough deep in the money calls to do this trade with. Now that's that trade. Of course, if you want to do credit spreads, $10 credit spreads on Nvidia, where you can haul in a 7 or 8% return on your capital for, say, less than a month of your time. There's something to think about. You got your hands on about $50,000. You can write 50 of these $10 spreads, and you're bringing in a month 8% on 50,000. That's $4,000 a month. That's $1,000 a week. That could replace paychecks. That could make it very interesting to consider saying goodbye to a day job. It doesn't take millions to be able to get rid of a day job. 30 to 70,000, and you're on your way if you know what you're doing. You need to understand how these contracts shrink, how they trade. You have to understand credit spreads. You have to understand rollovers. You need to take some classes, and they're available at stockmarketswithbruce.ca whenever you're ready to step up and become real, really become a player to change your financial life. Here's one way to do it. I have enough folks here who will tell you this is what they've done. You can join this group here of regulars and take in the bucks. Savage knows, others know, and there you go. BZ, it's an afternoon show. Hey, Bruce, you're on in the afternoon today. Fantastic. I'm here, and we can make money anytime. Thank you all. We're almost up 300 points here on the Dow. We're climbing again, coming into the now approaching the final hour of the day, if not the final half hour of the day. It's 8:25 here in London. It's 3:25 in America, New York, and that means we're 35 minutes away from the close as we are inching higher, coming into the end of the day. Well done, everybody. 770 on the SoFi, 3-4 cents away from the high of the session. 773 is the high of the day, and we're approaching it again. Rocket Lab 735 up 49 today. A very good day on Rocket Lab. It's been a good week this week on Rocket Lab, actually, so it's nice to see that. Okay. GameStop 2056, 2058 after bottoming out into the low 19s for a while. If I recall, I'm not sure if we got into the 18s, but I saw 1950 range earlier this week. Now 2050, $1 better. It's not recovered yet, but don't be surprised if it does recover. What is this company going to do with as much as $4.5 billion in cash? They sell another 20 million shares here, which I'm sure they're working on it. They'll have 4.5 billion in cash. 180 million a year in interest is coming in the front door. 180 million. 52 weeks. This $3.5 million a week in interest. Yeah, not bad. So, well, we'll see what's going on. I have no idea. What are they going to do with that amount of money? What have they got figured out? What have they set their sights on here? I don't know. I can't tell you. I can imagine that, like, as a retailer, as an ex-retailer, growing up a retailer, my father was a retailer. One thought that does occur to me is that they could take $4 billion and they could convert that into 20 billion of real estate. Now, the real estate I have in mind is they would buy the land underneath their stores and not pay rent anymore. They would now, in effect, pay rent to themselves. They would create a mortgage company. They would create a real estate arm. They would buy up a bunch of these strip malls that they're part of, big box, whatever. Again, I don't know if it's feasible, and put their stores on their own property. And kind of like McDonald's. McDonald's is a real estate company, not a burger chain. They could then, over time, franchise out GameStop locations by way of owning the land. I don't know if that would fly. There's all the talk about, well, they're a brick and mortar company, and brick and mortar is dead for games because it's going digital and blah, 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 blah. So, okay. So maybe that's out. But I know that the leverage would be easily 20 to 25 billion in real estate if they went that direction. But they can't buy a shopping mall that they're part of. Not feasible. So I don't know. So that might be out. So are they going to buy a game company? Are they going to buy a company that makes video games and then sell those through their stores? Exclusively? I don't see that working. So I don't know about that. What could they do? I'm kind of wondering, going to a different direction entirely, different business, different everything. And what does Ryan Cohen want to do going forward long term? Does Ryan Cohen want to sell off GameStop like he sold off Chewy? Does he want to clean up GameStop to the point where you unload, the 25% of the stores that don't perform, maybe 30%, 40%, and only carry a portfolio of locations, maybe 60, 65% of all the stores that once existed are the only stores left, and they all are in premium prime locations, generating the revenues, reducing warehouse sizing and costs at head office, and then sell off that whole division to a private entity of some kind. Take whatever cash he gets out of that billion, billion and a half, 2 billion, I don't know what, adds it to the 4.5 he's got. He's got 6.5, 7 billion in cash. And now he becomes an investment banker type outfit, funding and financing up and coming public companies. Does he help companies go from private to public and take a nice stake in each of these companies that they are funding at the pre-IPO level? And in 5 years from now, or 10 years from now, when Cohen is in his mid 40s, he's sitting on a $150 billion machine here that is $150 a share. And if you've stuck around that long, you become rich like he is. I don't know. He is not talking. Anyway, there it was. Justin, his father's a mutter. His mother was a mutter. He's born for this. James loves the slop. Justin Bryant laughing. Anyway, I'm talking. Everyone else is having a good time. We're up 304 points on the Dow, improving. Thank you very much. Rocket Lab 734 up 47, and GameStop 756 up 16, and SoFi 770 up 24 cents, just to mention a few of our favorites as we keep rolling along. Last report, we were around 70 or so thumbs ups. We now have 84. Thank you very much. 100 people watching here on a Friday afternoon, the last half hour of the day with options expiring tonight. Thank you all very much for sticking around and being with us. It's great to have you here with us. We do appreciate it. Great to have you hanging out with us. Absolutely beautiful. Here we go. There we go. Excellent. There we have it. No problem at all. All right. I did a video yesterday on my other channel. If any of you were interested in the second cruise that we were on the Queen Mary 2, we did the back-to-back scenario. We went from New York to Southampton and Southampton all the way around the British Isles to finish that circular cruise. And I did a video about that cruise. Turned out it was 30 minutes. It took me 30 minutes to crank it out, and I cut it down. Could have gone for an hour. But if you're interested in seeing some footage of us on the ship, or actually me, you're not going to see Jennifer. You might see a hand of hers, but that's about it. By all means, work your way over there and let me know what you think of that video. We're getting positive reviews from viewers. We're happy about that. Let's see, Spirit. I'm listening and I'm arriving home right now. Zach, this is very nostalgic, having the afternoon show. Very nostalgic. I might need a libation to keep this party going with proper Friday vibes. There you go. Welcome all to the Friday afternoon edition of Stock Markets with Bruce. The last 27 minutes are underway right now for the close of the day. And we're just watching to see what the market has in store as we close this out. There's not seem to be anything really ridiculous and wild going on. We've got Rocket Lab up 52 cents right now at 737, up 7.5%. It's having a great day. SoFi almost at the high of the day, 772 here, up 3.48%, and the GameStop at 2060, up 20 centinos. Yeah, SoFi go. Still incredibly underpriced as far as I'm concerned. 772 with a high of 7 73. We might break the high here. I don't know. The Dow is up 289, S&P is up 28.7, and the NASDAQ 111 points higher. The three markets are very close. S&P up a half a point, NASDAQ 2/3 of a point, the Dow just a little over 2/3 of a point higher. Oil has recovered back to just about the break-even range, 69.05, up 8 cents. That's the story there. There's speculation on DJT, on what's going to happen. That's the Trump media stock. It got up to 2086 today. Briefly, I mean, that's like a Mount Everest looking chart here. It hit that at 2:39 Eastern time. Since then, it's backed off almost $2.80, back to 1806. On the session, the stock is up about $1.99. But the overhanging problem here, there are many, one of which is cash flow, sales, losses, draining the bank account, and that Trump himself would be technically in a position to sell his stock in the not too distant future. That has been driving the price lower now the last several months. In the last 3 months, July 15, for example, the stock was 40.58, 18 right now. Back in, what was this? This is about March 27th, $66 a share. There were people buying this stuff for $66 a share in March. And the high of the year, $79. That is the all-time high. There are people out there in the $60 and $70 neighborhoods. There are a lot of folks who jumped all over the stock in the 30s and 40s and 50s. As recently as May of this year, May and almost June. The last time we saw $40 a share looked like July 15, and here we are at 18 now, with a low today of 16 and a low pricing in the last year of 14, and that was probably before this whole thing came together. Of course, the question here for anyone who's a shareholder of this entity or thinking of becoming a shareholder, the question will be, do you buy this stock and hold this stock if he wins the election? If he wins it, he can't run it. He can't really broadcast through it. He's the president of the United States. He's going to be severely restricted there. If he loses the election, well, he's free to sign a contract with this company to be a spokesperson or to host a show if he wanted to, or run a podcast, or I don't know what he'd want to do. But how eager will he want to do anything, given the fact that he's approaching 80 years of age? And how many hours would he want to dedicate to his, his programming? Versus the ability to just do speaking engagements and theoretically write another book with a ghostwriter and make millions of dollars other ways without having to put in as much time. I mean, if you want to run a podcast, you're going to need a staff, you're going to need writers, and he's going to need to put some time in. Does he really need to do that? Is he just going to license out his name and his broadcasts and this unit to just let the stock go up in value so that he can ultimately just try to cash out his stock eventually? I really don't know. Can't say. I wish I knew. Anyway, there's the story. Hi, Uncle Bruce from Tom Kaufman. How you doing there, buddy? Well, let's see what's going on. Mark LeBlanc is still better than Moulin, and Mark is going, him and Hawk Gal have a podcast about quantum physics or something. BZ's loving that. Zach, if he wins, he will ignore the emoluments clause, just like the first time. Besides, he'd take away the rules about it. Either way, Orange Man does what he wants, thus the 5 indictments. There you go. Well, we'll see what he comes up with. Who knows? We shall find out in 47 days. I don't know. It's coming, but for you option writers, it absolutely doesn't matter. You need not worry about the result at all. It makes no difference with respect to what it is you're doing now, what you're going to do in the future. Your option revenues coming into you by being a writer, you are immune from what's going on in Washington. You do not have to worry about it over the big picture. Yes, you'll pay attention to it, of course, but we'll see some trends and whatever. But option writers will be option writers a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Option writers will make money if they know what they're doing. And most of you have figured it out and are well on your way to taking these classes that we've put together to understand the game plan on how this will work and how this can work for you. And I say, way to go. Take it the money and make it the money. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate you all being here. 88 thumbs ups, 12 away from 100 today. Thank you all for bringing it in. I appreciate you. That's fantastic. 279 point gain on the Dow, holding right under, just under 300 points. Look at Rocket Lab, 741, up 55. The high of the day, 743. Good old Rocket Lab is trying to push a new high close here. Look at that, 772 on the SoFi with the high trade of the day, 773. We're right at the high here, 1 penny away. Question is, will SoFi break through and break through 775, 780 today? Next stop, $8. Getting better all the time. Thank you. 39 million volume on SoFi. Very, very good. We'll take 26-cent gains. Give us 10 in a row. Add 260 to this price and put it at 10.50 a share. Thank you very much. Yes, let's get started. Let's get on with it. Any old time. NVIDIA down just 35 cents. There you go. Giddy up. Apple's trying to come back. It's only down a dime now. It looks like it wants to go up. Tesla went green. It's up 26. Google's up, Microsoft is up, Netflix is higher, Meta down 18 cents, and Amazon down 21. So these Magnificent Seven stocks are not having a bad day at all. They're doing quite well, actually, overall. And they might break into the green by the time we shut today down. Too much money on the sidelines. Looks like it wants to come in here. Anyway, there you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you all. Thank you all. We'll see how this plays. Here we are. Walter Young, closing the market today. Enjoy your afternoon, Uncle Bruce. And Antigen, thumbs up, number 89. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Thank you all for joining us today from wherever you are on the planet. We're in London, England. We're here for another 12 days or so. We've got a 2-week stay here at in the city. And we are enjoying the pace of being able to just relax and pick what we're going to do tomorrow. The meet and greet, we'll do that. And Sunday, we'll probably head out and catch another one of the fabulous museums here in this incredible city. And we'll figure out what happens next week. Fantastic. Loving it. London is booming, by the way. It's busy. Cranes everywhere. Construction all over the place. New towers are going up. Dollars are pouring into London, no doubts. Liverpool was under construction like crazy. We saw it there too. It's not just here in London itself. The Dow just climbed over 300. We're up 312 now. Just popped up here. Interesting how it's improving. Let's take a look here. 773 now on SoFi. We just touched 774, high of the day on SoFi. 38.8 million is the volume count now, and we got a 30-point gain on S&P and 113 on NASDAQ. So these markets are doing okay. I'll see how this plays itself out, but definitely there's momentum here. 55-cent gain now on Rocket Lab. That is improving. The high of the day of 743 on Rocket Lab. We're at 741 right now. About to take a shot at a higher high of the day over there. GameStop just holding a 15-cent gain at the moment as we watch some of these stocks go with the flow. The market is higher. 319-point gain on the Dow. 31 points on S&P and 114 on NASDAQ, almost 100, make it 115, 116 on NASDAQ. Still coming on. More buying coming in late in the session with now 15 minutes to go. The markets seem to be reaching higher levels. The VIX is off to 1663, down 44. That's a positive read right there. The volatility index down to 1660. Very, very interesting. Oil up 11 cents, 69.08. Welcome to the party, pals. Nice to see you here with us today. Glad you could make it. All right. Bagel Babe, I love making money with my money. Yeah, it's kind of fun, isn't it? I like this game. Walter, hope to join you in New York in October. I sure hope you can make it too. We've got a crowd coming, and we'll seek out confirmations from all of you when we are into October, so that we can confirm the final head count and let the folks at Carmine's know how many seats at the table. Should be great. Jen and I enjoyed our visit to Carmine's before we left New York. Very, very good. That'll be fantastic. Thank you all so much for joining us and being part of the telecast today as we close out the market with 13 minutes to go. The last 13. Way to go, option writers. Taking money off the table. Giddy up. Right on. Unity, 1994, up $1 here. Unity's low of the year, 1390. That was set not that long ago, if I recall. That was in and around August 7th or so. And here we are, September 13. So 5 weeks ago, we hit the low of the year of 1390 on Unity. We're now at 1995. That's a 50% recovery. And this is the highest level in 3 months, but not 6 months. This stock 6 months ago was around $27. But we haven't seen this level for the stock, $20-odd a share. We haven't seen this since May 21. So June, July, August, almost 4 months since Unity has been here. So it's come back quite a distance from its low. Good to see that. That'll, I know, is helping some of you. I know a few of you are into deep in the money call options, and you've been thrilled to see the stock push back to the 20 level so that you can enjoy the gain of value there. And of course, you can continue to write contracts. Nicely done. Spire is now 927. This is just under the high of the day of 928. And it's a 72-cent gain, 928 right now, 72-cent gain today. Very good move. This is the highest level now since the fall, which happened on the 14th of August. 14th, 15th of August is when the stock took the drop from the 10 level all the way down to the 6-ish level, 640, 630 level. 3 months ago, these shares were at 1425, 1450. And so The stock has battled back $3 from its lows to get back to the 930 level now. And this is the high of the day, 930 right here, up 74 cents as Spire continues to recover from this financial reporting thing they got caught up in. The stock's has begun to recover and is continuing to do so. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Keep it going, kids. Keep it going. Well done, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Let's see. We're into the last 10 minutes of our session. 93 thumbs up says, well, thank you for those. And everybody watching the final few minutes of the day. All right. Hope you're all going to have a wonderful weekend this weekend. Get some needed rest, allow some more shrinkage to go through here and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? Why not? Is there anything wrong with that? No, nothing whatsoever. Let's go, baby. Let's go. There we are. Nice. Looking at quotes here. Spire, 930. Nice. That's a nice gain, 74 cents today. Apple down just 12, Tesla up 33. Amazon down 6, Nvidia down 22, Meta down 36 cents. Fractional losses over there. Very little. Adobe was down $60. It's now down 47. Still underwater 8% today. Let's see if it has a further recovery next week. All right. The 2-year Treasury yield is now at its lowest since September 2022. That is 2 years. This is the lowest interest rate that the U.S. Treasury is paying on its 2-year in 2 years, based on traders betting and wagering an interest rate cut, a significant interest rate cut. Don't know if you know this, but the European Central Bank this week lowered their rate again. I think it was yesterday, lowered by another quarter point. So the Europeans are ahead of the Americans now. Canadians have gone with 2 or 3 rate cuts as well. So other countries are front running America on interest rate cuts. And so now the question is, will the Fed just do a quarter point cut, or will they do a half a point cut to start things off and sort of catch up here? I don't know. We'll see what gives. All right, 8 minutes and counting, and our week is done, everybody. You've got a few more minutes to go, and we are finito for the day-o. Thank you all for joining in. All right. Check my quotes right over there. There we go. 321 gain on the Dow. Looks like looking good. Right here, right now. Thank you very much. SoFi 773, right near the high of the day, right in around that high of the day level right here. Richard Carlin is saying it right. Neat. I think it's time for a knee emoji attack. I think that's what we've got to do here. We've ignored the Knights of Knee a little too long, perhaps, and it just might be time to let the Knights of Knee know that we care and we are aware of their strange and mystical powers. We cannot ignore the Knights of Knee at all, and so we must absolutely pull this off right here, right now. Here they go. D.H. Ruda, Luke Splair, Richard Carling, James of the Misty Tree. Here come the knee emojis. Computer Whiz. Neat. That's right. The knee emoji attack from London, England is underway today. Out come the knee emojis. Hector Salamanca is on top of it without question. The knee emojis must be released. Indeed. No ifs, ands, or buts. John Gill is on it. Neat. There you go. Too much fun. 325 gain on the Dow, climbing in the last 7 minutes. 6 minutes now, coming on. This market is continuing to climb. Joe V, there you go. Here come the knee emojis from all over the place. Yes, 772 on SoFi, 2058 on GameStop. AI holding 23 big ones. Giddy up, everybody. There you go. Can't accuse us of not putting the knee emojis out. 774 on SoFi, the high of the day. Right here, right now, 40,500,000. That is kind of the average volume these days on SoFi. We've met the average volume on a quiet Friday with a 320 gain on the Dow, a 32.5 point gain on S&P, and a 116 gain on NASDAQ. Yeah, 774 on SoFi. Can we break 775? Will we start trading there? I don't know. I don't know. Rocket Lab high today, 746, up 59 cents, 12.4 million volume on Rocket Lab. They hired the former COO of Rivian, apparently, and that got some good press. There you go. Okay. Excuse me. We're only down 9 cents on the video. It might break even, might go green. We're down to 4 minutes. 4 minutes, and this day is done, everybody. Giddy on up. Options are dying everywhere today. Absolutely giving it up. That's the name of the game, everyone. All right. 773, 774 on SoFi, just at the high of the session right now, up 27 cents on the session. Will it break into 775 territory? I don't know. I can't say. Giddy up, 303 point gain on the Dow. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And there you go. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to say my goodnights right now. Let you enjoy the last 2 minutes of the session. Have yourselves a great rest of your weekend, everybody. We'll see you here on Monday, probably closer to the afternoon session, not in the morning. We'll see how things break out. I'll be watching from here. You'll be watching from there. We'll get together next week and continue the quest forward. Take the dough, take all the dough, let the gamblers hand it to you left, right, and center. Everyone, congratulations on another productive week of option writing. Well done, each and every one of you. Thank you again for the thumbs up, Smeeter. They've been coming in here steady. If anyone watching on the rerun, help out, hit the thumbs up button. 96 and counting. Thank you all. We'll see you here next on Monday. Thank you, Zach. Good night, Bruce and Eddie, Jen. Enjoy the rest of your trip and weekend. We shall indeed. Tomorrow, meet and greet here in London. Looking forward to that. We'll let you know how that went on Monday, and we'll see you then, everybody. Have yourselves a great rest of your day and a great weekend coming up. We'll see you next week on Monday. Bruce and Jen from London saying cheerio. See you later. Bye for now.